Thank you. Thank you.
And my name is Sadiq, and I'm one of the local bloggers in the community. So if you're in Larbanga, you feel at home and you're at home, it's a home of tourists. So this mosque happens to be the oldest mosque in Ghana and one of the oldest in West Africa. And it was founded here around 1451.
1400.
Yeah.
Yes.
So about 600 years ago now. And the founder of this community, he was a migrant from Saudi Arabia in a town called Medina. So he was serving as a spiritual consultant to a certain one known as Ismail Indeo Rajapa. And Indeo Rajapa, he was a king of the Gunjes. And he was a brave warrior, moving and fighting wars to get enough land for his people to settle. So he fought to an extent that he cannot conquer some ethnic groups and needed a spiritual help. So that was where one of his followers advised him to go to southern part of Medina, that you see someone spiritual who can pray for him. So he went there. Luckily enough, the first person he met was the founder of this community, and he's called Idan Ibrahim. So he narrated the problem he was facing to Ibrahim, and he said he's a pure Muslim. He will not use gun or knife to kill anyone, but the only thing he will do, he will follow and pray for him in case of difficulties. So it's there they agreed to each other, and our founder promised the warrior man that when they are way coming, they will cross in 2 rivers. That the last one, which will be the third, they should maintain it as their final settlement. So they agreed to each other and they start the journey in between Egypt and Saudi Arabia. They cross the first river. So when they go to Sudan, they decided to spend some time in Sudan before they took up their journey again. They passed through Maleko River before they ran to Ghana here. So when they came to Ghana, the second river they crossed is the White Volta. We are driving from Tamale to the town called Yapi. So that's the second one. And the last one they found difficult to cross is the Black Volta Bupi. So that should have been their last point. But because the warrior man needed a very big land, he disobeyed the founder of the community and was still insisting to cross to the southern part. And that was where he could not survive, leaving the founder of this community alone. And by then, he was very old and weak. He couldn't walk from here to Saudi Arabia again. And he was looking for a very peaceful land to settle. And the first settlement he made in this community is the site of the Mystic Stone. It's 500 meters away from here. He settled there for some time and he wanted to build something like an accommodation or a place of worship like this. But when you consider the land there, geographically it is slopy and rocky. Something like this Sergeant cannot put up there in those days. And by then he was working with his spear. I don't know whether you know his spear. Yeah.
I know.
He promised of praying that wherever the spear will land will be the final settlement of him. So one midnight he made a lot of prayers and he threw the spear high into the sky. The next day traced it up and found it inside the foundation of the mosque. The black portion of sea, that's the foundation. And the foundation was originally there was nothing to indicate that whether people have settled here. So he was wondering why there is foundation and there are no settlers around. So he decided to move around the foundation. In the process of going around through spiritual affairs, a booklet was found which was written in Arabic form. Because he was an Arabian, he could read and understand. So he read it and it revealed to him that he's the first Muslim here and also how to complete the mosque was also inside. So the next day they start building the mosque in such a way that when they built to a level and became tired, they go back to the mystic zone for official and special prayers. The next time when they come to continue, the mosque will increase as and much as and spiritually until the whole mosque was fully completed. And when it was fully completed, they opened one door to it. When the community started to develop, they moved out from the mosque and they created the additional doors. So the mosque now have 4 main entrances. And each entrance plays a single function. The first entrance that was created to the mosque is now reserved for the chief imam, the one who leads us for prayers, and the second one is for the muazzin, the one who calls for prayers when it is time. You have the third entrance here for the ladies, and the last entrance at the other side for general men. And the doors are shown to show respect. When you are going inside, you need to bow to show some kind of respect to the mosque. But when you go inside, you can stand at any feet tall you are. The inside of the mosque is divided into 3 parts: ladies at the back, men at the middle, and the chief imam at the front. And inside also varies in ventilation. When outside is warm, inside is cool. So in the daytime, the inside is always cool, but in the night it's a bit warm. Yeah. And the mosque can contain 100 people. Yes. And the mosque is built with mud, sand, and clay with cow dung. So he believed mixing together will make the mosque strong and firm. Yeah. And also we've seen this big tree supporting the mosque. It's a baobab tree. And it's about 500 years now.
Wow.
It signifies where the founder was buried when he was very old, he was about to die. He summoned the few followers and he made a promise to them that any day or any time he died, they should bury him somewhere closer to the box. And so a few months later, they will see a tree or a plant that will germinate on his grave. And when they see anything like that, they should regard it as a vegetable crop. So he was dead and they buried him here. A couple of months later, this Baba tree should up on his grave. And the leaves are the edible part of it. When it produces small leaves, there are about 4 sections, 12 clans in the community here. All the head of clans, all someone here. You cut the branches of the leaves and you share it among themselves. You go and dry it when it's well dry. You'll find like powder for the use to so Ghana community, we have about 6,000 residents here, and we're 100% Muslim. Yeah.
How many people? 6,000.
Yes. Yes, and we are 100% Muslim in the community. So due to the religious background, education in this community is very low. You know, initially government tried putting up education here, and our grandparents said no, they didn't need education because education came to Ghana to the missionaries. So they thought when they send their children to school, they will become Christians. So they drove the government away. It was later that we received a Peace Corps from United States. He was able to stay with the community for a year and a half. So he tried convincing them that it's very good we have education, and it's only through education we can do away with ignorance, poverty, and some diseases. So he tried his possible best, and he was able to convince them. And they said now they need education. So the Peace Corps man went back and he raised some funds, and he came back and he built 6 unit classrooms representing the whole school Floranga community. Before he left, they give us the guidelines that we are very lucky that we have this potential building. When people come to see the mosque, we should welcome them all, tell them the history of the mosque.
Yes.
We shouldn't charge them. At the end of their short visit, the chief imam has a comments book where guests write their short comments, how they feel about the tour, and the suggestions they also have for the community. And at the end, if they feel like supporting the community, anything, they indicate it attached to their comment. So through that, we are able to complete 2 primary schools and 2 junior high schools in the community.
Wow.
So now we have formal education.
Good.
And the problem is because now everybody knows the importance of education, everybody's now striving to go to school. And the problem is we don't have enough spaces in the classrooms for them. And most of the students, they don't get furniture to sit. So
they have nowhere to sit.
Yes.
Sometimes
Sometimes they sit on the floor because the furniture, they are not enough for all of them. So some of the students, they sit on the floor. Yeah. So the chief imam with the youth organized a project called the Larabanga Ecotourism Development, and which aim is to maximize the economic benefits here. So through this, we are able to raise funds and having a community accounts where they deposit the funds there. Yeah. And also through our tourism and people coming here, we met a woman from the United States. He was here and he's a lecturer, so just came here with her students, and through the tour, we told her about the problems of the community, you know, because we don't have enough classroom. People still walk from here to Moli National Park, 6 kilometers every day for school. Wow. And most of them, they just walk. You can imagine this courtesan, they walk every day to school and back.
We saw him this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she went back and she raised some funds. Sometimes we get them some bicycle. Those who are walking to school, we get them bicycle. And you know, because here the school are like, they don't have the parents, some of them, they can't afford to get uniforms for them. So most of the students, they are always in the house because they don't have the
Uniform to go to school. Yeah.
Yes. So this woman, when she get the funds, we send them to us in the community here, and we'll just go and show the uniforms for them, and they will start the school. And now we are building a learning center in the community through the woman, and she raised funds for us, and we are building the community's
Wonderful.
learning center. Yes.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still on process. And she said she can't only do it all by herself. When we see people, she also tell them friends from all over the world.
Yes.
If they can support us, we also building it. So currently we are going to roof it. Yeah. So we are done with the building. So we with the roof.
You need a roof now. Okay.
So Fatah,